it's Maryanne. Welcome to another episode of the Influential Nonprofit. It is a new year and a new start, and I'm going to share with you a planning system that I love that really works for me and works for the people that I coach and train and the clients that I work with. And it's called a 90-day most. Now, it is today I'm recording this on January 4th, which is my birthday. Very casual today. I haven't done a lot of work and because it's my birthday. And also, I did want to share this with you to get this out sort of at the beginning of the year so you can plan. And listen, I'm going to tell you, even if January 1st has come and gone, you can still plan. Okay. You didn't miss a window. Anytime you want, any day is a new day to start something. And this is something that I really, really like. Now, if you're listening to this, awesome. And also remember, there's a video version, there's a YouTube version. If you just go to courageouscommunication.com, go to podcast, you'll find this episode. And you can see the visual of this. And or if you just want to email me, Maryanne at courageouscommunication.com, I'll send you the PDF of this so you can have it if you want to use it. It's also super simple if you wanted to recreate this. And let me just show you what I'm working with. So I love to do 90-day plans. 90-day plans. So, and there's a reason for this. 90 days has been studied as to be very effective. It's long enough to get something done, but it's short enough that there's some urgency to it. So when we're doing our year plans, which is great. Like I'm spending so much time in January planning for the year. I did a workshop in December. I'm doing vision boards with my clients on Monday. I'll tell you about that in a second. And then I'm doing another visioning workshop next Friday. I'm doing a 3-day business planning thing in January. So I know I will be set for the year. And when I work with folks and we look at, here's what we want to accomplish in a year, what really makes it effective is if we do the 90 days. And I say 90 minutes for 90 days. So every quarter, scheduling a 90-minute session to just make a quick plan for the next 90 days. And this is it. It is quick. We don't get in the weeds. We don't get super specific. We just want something quick. And it's literally on one sheet of paper that I put in what I want to say, like putting up a sheet protector, and I hang up and I look at it every day to help me stay accountable for the 90 day. At the end of the 90 days, hey, okay, what are we working on for the next 90 days? And the clients that I work with, and this is super, super effective. It's been super effective for me. My coach uses this system. This is how I learned it. And I just love it. And so I wanted to share it with you. Now, I want to talk about the visioning and the planning are two different things. And I want to separate them a little bit. It's sort of like the creation, the writing, and the editing. If we try to write while we edit, we sometimes talk ourselves out of really good ideas. So the vision that we have, whatever we want to create, like a vision, like what we would put on a vision board, what we would dream, that has a place. So we create the vision, and then from that vision, we create the plan. But we don't want to plan while creating the vision, because we wind up talking ourselves out of doing some bold things because we're like, how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? Don't worry about how. We figure out how as we go along. The point is to hold that vision. So, and what I love about this, it's called 90-day most mission, objective, strategy, tactic. What I love about this is that it accounts for having that overall vision and then simple strategies that you can do each quarter to implement that. Because again, like if you have a year-long plan, oh, it's January, I can start that in February. It's February, I can start that in March. I can start that in April. Oh crap, oh wait, I'm supposed to have these things by September. I totally forgot, or I got distracted. The 90 minutes for 90 days. And what I would do, what I would invite you to consider doing is marking your calendar right now. If you have a team meeting once a quarter, extend that meeting to 90 minutes and do your 90-day planning. And now at every meeting, you're just going to pull this document out and you can walk through it. You can do it collectively as a group. You can do it individually. So like you have maybe one collective 90-day plan, and then each person has their own plan that they're accountable for. Remember, well, the visioning and the planning are done separately. And like I mentioned, my clients, so my Uplevel Your Influence course. That's my foundational program. That's how most people enter to work with me. People who like working with me and want to stay with me, we'll do this year-long program called the Influencer Power Circle. My Power Circle people, every year at the beginning of the year, we do a vision board exercise. And I would highly recommend that you do something like this. It makes everything so tangible. Hold on just a sec. I'm gonna grab my my vision board. I'm gonna pause this for a sec and hold on. All right, got him. Again, if you are listening, you feel free to grab the audio or the video. You can get to it from my website, Courageous Communication, and take a look at what I'm showing you, but you probably can get a vision. So every year we do the vision board exercise. And listen, this is not an expensive thing. I completely encourage you to do something like this. You could do this with yourself or with your team. I use a canvas. This is like a 12 by 12 canvas. This is a 10 by 10 canvas. This is one I did 2 years ago. And this is the one I did last year. That word is amplify. Okay. Um, and we create these vision boards. I like to do them on canvas so you can hang them up. And here's how I do it. Now I'm doing a little bit different this year. In the past, what I've done is we've done magazines, but I'm gonna tell you, magazines are expensive and they're hard to find. Um, and magazines are expensive. They're hard to find. And all the content this time of year is all about health and fitness. And yeah, that could be part of your journey. But if it's not, there's not a lot else to pull from as far as images and editorial content that you would add. So I ordered on Amazon a book of images for vision boards, like vision board images. So it's words and images because it was like $15. And I'm telling you, magazines are like $8 or $10. So it's just easier to buy everyone one of these books and have them use that, and rather than and instead of doing the magazines. So everybody got this vision board workbook off of Amazon. There's a bunch of them. They're all around the $15, $16, $17 range, and they're like 600-700 pictures. So people are going to have a lot to pull from. They get a canvas, and then I just go to Dollar Tree and kind of go crazy and see what I get. So I get like, I got sequins. This one has butterflies. I have stickers with sayings on it and phrases on it. All kinds of stickers. You could do letters, paint pens, and I always include the Mod Podge. You got to do the Mod Podge. Okay, last year I got the spray kind. It was horrible because it got the pages too wet and you could see through them. But get your Mod Podge because you're going to use that to glue, and at the end you cover a really thick layer of Mod Podge, and that just keeps everything onto the canvas. And sometimes I include an easel so people can display it, or most people just hang it up. And in the past, like I said, I've included paint pens, stickers with letters, but this book that I had so many different words in it. I did more sort of like the decorating, jewels and all kinds of things. Oh, and I also put in their kits, a candle, and my husband makes candy. He makes hard candy. And he at home, it's his hobby. And so I put a couple of bags of his candy, and they're just like little sweet treats. I mail this out to everybody. We get on Zoom and we do our vision boards. Now, before they get on Zoom, they do fill out a Google form with some thoughts and reflections. Like, what do we want our mission for the year to be? What do we want our, vision for the year to be? What would be a good win? What would be your, what do you want your 3 biggest accomplishments to be? And they sort of fill that out to get them ready, because the images are going to reflect, the vision. So we want to have a clear vision so that we know what we're looking for. We meet for 2 hours. It really probably isn't enough time to do it. But we get about 70-80% done. And then we get together the next week or the week after, and we share, the completion of our boards. If you saw this one, I spray painted my purple last time just to give it a base. You can do that too. You can really just let it go. And it's just, a beautiful thing. Sometimes I feel a lot of pressure when I do these, like, oh, what if I pick the wrong image? I'm gonna, it's gonna be the wrong kind of thing. Um, I just let go, have fun, let your creativity loose, release the outcome, and just create this. And then you just pop it up someplace where you can see it every day. And I have been putting things behind me on this bookshelf, but I'm going to start putting things in front of me, which you can't see, but I can see, to have a little more visual connection. All right. So that's the vision board thing. Oh, and by the way, these kits are about, I shipped them and it was 20 bucks to ship, but with all the supplies I included, it was about 55 to $60. That is with shipping. So if you want to take, like, it would be about 40 bucks of supplies, not even per person, to do this. Also, if you do it as a group, like I'm setting them out individually, you could buy a bunch of stuff and then people could just sift through it collectively. So let's say you and your team and everybody's going to create a vision board. You can buy sequin. You don't have to buy 8 packs of sequin. You could just buy 1 or 2, and then everybody's going to pull from that collectively. Or you could buy 2 books and everyone pulls from the books collectively. Since my people are in different places, I'm sending them each one. You could do that too. So you could do this very, very inexpensively, and it makes a super, super amazing impact. And imagine your team, every person having their vision board up. You could keep them in a conference room. You could have people in their office. You could do a collective one, maybe get a bigger canvas, do a collective one for your whole group, however you want to do it. But it is a really great way to start the year, and really start at any time of the year. All right, so that's the vision board. Now let's go into the most, okay? I'm going to share my screen again. If you want to go look at the video of this, I encourage you to do that. It is on my website, courageouscommunication.com. Click podcast and you will find the 90-day most episode. And this is what the plan looks like. It's super, super simple. I'm just going to walk through the elements, okay? You're going to put your date on the top, like the range that you're going to go to. So let's say you're probably hearing this in the middle of January. You might start February, or in the, right away, in the middle of January. You're just going to go forward 90 days. Okay, so we have mission, objective, strategy 1, strategy 2, strategy 3, and there's 3 tactics for each strategy. The point of this is to be very simple, and it stays on one sheet that you can see. One sheet, okay? And I write this out with a pen. I don't have mine right in front of me, but I write it out and I put it in a sheet protector and I hang it up. And I'm going to tell you that changes everything. So you're going to think of a mission, and the mission is like a theme. It's sort of like, what is the emphasis? What is the theme? What is my mission that I want to have? So your mission might be, so my mission is personal touch, right? That's kind of my theme for the year. That's my mission. How can I create more personal touch in what I do? Your mission might be outreach. It might be amplify your message. It might be, standing in your value, like whatever it is, like, taking making the big asks, like whatever that mission is, what's the overall thing that you want to accomplish? What's that theme? And typically the mission goes for the whole year. Doesn't have to, but like my mission would be my mission for the year, which is a personal touch. Maybe your mission is, amplify your message. Or what was my mission a couple of years ago? My mission was, sparking change. The year before it was rain, release, receive. So my mission was reign over what I've created, the queen, release the outcome and receive whatever comes. That could be my mission all day, every day, every year. But so let's say that your mission is to amplify your message, or your mission is personal touch. So what is the objective for the next 90 days? What is the big task that you want to accomplish, the measurable thing? So my measurable thing, if mine is personal touch, I could be like, one of my measurable things would be like, reach out to 90 new people. So that's 1 touch a day, right? I'm committing to connect with 90 people. Or my objective could be enroll this many people in my program, or raise this much money. And here's a thing for me, and this is for me. One of the things I say a lot is, when we focus on the relationship, the money will follow. So your objective could be like, we want to generate this much in income. And that's a great objective. You know what I mean? That's fine. And also, what I know is that when I focus on the relationship, the money will follow. So maybe your objective is to reach out to or create some kind of outreach program to connect with new donors in order to raise, $100,000. I'm putting the relationship first because it's about if you put the relationship first, the money will follow. So I technically will have like, okay, here's how many people I want to enroll, or here's how many, income I want to generate. But I know if I do the personal touch that I have planned on doing, that the people will come and the money will follow. So you can do it either way. I like to have one objective, and again, my objective can include a sales goal in your case, a fundraising goal, or maybe a marketing goal. But also, it's not at the expense of the relationship, right? This is all about leveraging your relationships, leveraging your natural influence to enroll people in a vision. So we've got the mission, which is your vision, the objective, which is sort of the measurable thing. And then we're going to break it down into 3 strategies. Strategy 1, strategy 2, strategy 3. So my mission or my objective is to, connect with, 100 people over the next 90 days. Then my strategy 1 could be inviting people to a webinar that I'm giving, personal invitation to a webinar I'm giving. My strategy two could be um, um, connecting with people on LinkedIn. My strategy 3 could be connecting with people on my email list. Right. So I'm breaking that into 3 strategies that are going to help me achieve that objective. I'm keeping it super simple. Okay. The point of a plan of a 90-day is what do we want to accomplish? This is not about status quo. It's not about inventorying everything you do. It's like, what would make this quarter a big win for us is if we did this, right? Focus like what would be the big win. And then from there, the strategies is just tactic 1, tactic 2, tactic 3. So if my strategy is to host a webinar and invite people, what would be tactic 1 to invite people? Okay, well, one of my tactics is I send out an email and somebody emails me back. When I send out my mass emails and somebody emails me back, I say, oh my God, thank you so much for emailing. I'd love for you to meet you. This sounds like we have a lot of affinity. Come to this workshop. I'd love to have you. That's one tactic. So do you see now we're breaking it down into tactics. We're keeping it very, very simple. Have I said simple a lot? Because I think I have. The more complicated you make this, the less likely it's going to work for you. So you pick what would make this quarter be the win for you. What would that be? Is that, enrolling sponsors? Let's say your objective is to enroll 5 sponsors for your event in May. Okay. So that's my objective. What strategy 1, what strategy 2, what strategy 3? Strategy 1 could be outreach to past sponsors. Strategy 2 could be connecting with new sponsors. Strategy 3 could be um, using my networks to generate new leads, right? Like people I don't know yet, right? So people I know, people I don't know, people I want to know, that kind of thing. That would be your 3 strategies. Then you're going to create tactics to support those strategies. So if I'm going to go for people I don't know, first thing I need to is identify who those prospects would be. Identify my second tactic, who do I know who knows those people? And 3, follow up with those people. That would be the strategy 3, your 3 tactics. That's it. But let me tell you, this is something else that just keeps you totally on track. And it's 90 minutes, 90 days. I did this with a client a couple months ago. Um, you know, our our um our mission was really about creating systems, systematize. Last year my mission was systematize to stabilize. That was my mission. I was building systems. And I have built amazing systems, which is now, and those systems are working for me. So now I'm like, oh, well, now I have more time for the personal touch, the personal outreach. And, you know, so much of what we do is about personal touch. And I'm going to do an episode on that in a little bit. I'm going to get a little more content together on how to do that. How do we create that personal invitation? Because that's what moves people to action, is a personal invitation. And that's what my focus is going to be. So if I look over the last few years, my mission was systematize to stabilize, because the business is like this, right? So creating systems, now it's a personal touch. So your mission could be, amplifying your message. Um, uh, your mission could be, enrolling new people in a vision. Your mission could be strengthening your internal processes or your internal structures. And like if your mission was to, strengthen your internal workings, your objective, could look like, like what would that objective be? It could be, developing systems to create more, you know, sustainable income. Okay, that would be your objective. Strategy one might be a board. Strategy two might be a donor system. Strategy three might be an internal team system. So whatever it is, that's what, and I just love this little document here. You feel free to screenshot this. I'm about to stop my share, so feel free to screenshot this. Or you can email me. I'd happy to send you a PDF, Maryanne@maryannedersh.com. And you might want to try these vision boards, y'all. It's super, super fun. It's an easy, cheap exercise that has a huge impact. For me, the impact is amazing because I do it right along with them, of course, with my clients. We all do it together on the Zoom. But then I have something, and so they have something in front of them that's, grounding them to their relationship with me, the work that we do together. And that's great for me as well, right? So it's, I mean, we get together all the time. I'm still present, but you know what I mean? It creates that presence and that grounding that is so important. So I'm super excited about vision boards. It's so fun to do. Um, and the thing is, you just have to just let go, let loose, have fun with it. And it's a blast. Okay, so again, if you want to see the examples of what I just showed you, you can go to courageouscommunication.com, click on podcast, find this episode, and watch the YouTube video of this, and it'll lay and I can show it to you, or email me, Maryanne@maryannedersh.com. I can send you the 90-day most, and I will also send you the Google form that I use for the questions that people have before they start the vision board. So they do those ahead of time, so they have those complete before we start the vision board exercise. Super, super fun. All right, that's it for me in this birthday edition of the Influential Nonprofit. If you are interested in this year growing your leadership and communication skills, if you're interested in really leveraging those relationships, becoming more powerful, asking for the big things that scare you to really move your mission, I'm your girl. I can help. You can always feel free to go to courageouscommunication.com/connect. There's a little form you fill out. You can book a time with me. We can talk about it. If it's a good fit, we can talk. If not, it's okay too. You'll get tons of great advice and wisdom. And it's always nice to meet new faces. So personal touch, right? I'm doing it. Okay, everybody. I will see you next time on the Influential Nonprofit.